I moved across the Atlantic for Nathan. I traded my life, my career, and my proximity to everyone I loved for the promise of a future with him. But for 5 years, my residency application has been a cycle of delays and rejections. Meanwhile, Jade, the family friend Nathan insisted on taking in, secured her permanent residency in just 3 months. Nathan personally hired an elite immigration firm to fast-track her case, claiming it was an emergency. In the wake of that disappointment, I told him I wanted to go home, to London. Nathan crumbled. He held me, weeping, begging me to stay. "Summer, you're my wife," he whispered into my hair. "Your papers will come through eventually. It's just red tape. But Jade is different. She's alone here. Without that status, she could be deported at any moment. Please, just do this for me. Stay." Once again, I let his tears anchor me. I stayed. Until today. I was at the immigration office for a routine status review. The clerk frowned, clicking through her screen with an expression of pure confusion. "Ma'am," she said, squinting at my file. "The system shows that Mr. Nathan Thorne's legal spouse is a Miss Jade." She looked up, her voice softening with pity. "Did you perhaps fill out the wrong form?" The world turned to ice. It wasn't just the green card I had been waiting for these past 5 years. Even my title, his wife, was a lie. I didn't go home. I drove straight to JFK. Just before boarding, a final text from him lit up my screen. "Stop being dramatic. Just come home." "But Nathan, we haven't had a home for a long time." The clerk watched me, waiting for a response. When I didn't speak, she cleared her throat and repeated herself. "Ma'am, you might want to double-check your records." I snapped back to reality and pulled the paperwork across the desk. I managed a tight, hollow smile. "No need, thank you." For a split second, my instinct was to call Nathan, to demand an explanation, to hear the lie he'd inevitably crafted to cover this. The phone rang for a long time. When someone finally picked up, it wasn't Nathan. It was Jade. "Summer, Nathan's in a board meeting," she said, her voice dripping with that practiced, fragile sweetness. "Is it urgent? You can tell me and I'll pass it along. Although, unless it's about the grocery list, I doubt it's anything he needs to worry about right now." She paused, letting the silence sting. "We're actually in the middle of a merger. You know how it is. You probably shouldn't bother him with domestic stuff while he's working." I couldn't find my voice. The irony was a physical weight in my chest. In the background, I heard Nathan's muffled voice. "Who is it?" Jade chuckled softly. "No one, honey. Just a telemarketer. Go back to the contract." The line went dead. I stared at the black screen of my phone until a single tear splashed onto the glass. Then, I started to laugh. A bitter, jagged sound. Looking back, I shouldn't have been surprised. Nathan and Jade had grown up together. She was the one who got away. His first love. The girl his parents had always wanted for him. I knew that when we started dating. But Nathan had taken my hand, looked into my eyes with such convincing devotion, and promised me, "That's the past, Summer. You're my present. You're my everything." And like a fool, I believed him. Shortly after we moved to New York, Jade suddenly appeared, claiming a job offer had brought her to the city. Nathan was frantic about her safety. "She's a young woman alone in a strange city, Summer. I wouldn't sleep knowing she was in some sketchy apartment. Please, let her stay with us." So, Jade moved into our guest room. She moved into our lives. Then, she happened to get a job as his executive assistant. Anyone with eyes could see it. But Nathan always had the same defense. "She's like a sister to me. Don't be so insecure." So I closed my eyes, I plugged my ears, I played the role of the perfect, supportive wife. Before I left London, my mother had watched me pack my life into 3 suitcases. She didn't try to stop me. She knew I was too far gone in love to listen. She just gave me a tired, knowing smile. "You're young, Summer. You'll learn," she said. "A woman who lives on an allowance lives on a leash. The moment he decides to stop feeding you, you'll realize you have nothing of your own. Being a housewife is a dangerous gamble," she warned. "And the house always wins."